Okay, so discipline number 3, cultivating critical feedback. So you're keeping track of what it is that bothers you. You're spending 5 minutes a day writing down all the things that are upsetting to you during the day. And you're noticing that some of that makes you angry, but you're doing your anger workouts. You're aware of the anger. And one of the things you notice when you're aware of your anger is that one of the things that pisses you off is people who are critical of you. Why would you want to pay attention to people who are critical of you? Doesn't that just make you feel bad? Well, it turns out that we can't actually see ourselves. We can see some things about ourselves. There are things I know about myself that nobody else is going to know about me, but there are things that other people know about me that I don't know, right? I don't know that I got spinach in my teeth or that my fly is open or stuff like that. But there are other things about me that I don't know about me. I don't see them. Other people do. Do I want to see how others see me? If I want to have good relationships with them, that's pretty important that I be able to know. So I want to show up in my relationships with others such that they feel invited to give me that feedback. Well, except some of that feedback is just totally bogus. I mean, sometimes what people tell me is obviously their projection onto me. Sometimes people tell me what they think I'm thinking, and they're totally wrong. So how is that a benefit to me? The thing is, when people give me feedback, I can't tell whether this is really good feedback, that this is really something I need to know about me, or whether this is their projections. So I have to be able to just be open to it and take it in and then say, oh, is this something I want to take seriously? If this is something that nobody's ever said to me before, and this is not like me, and they're a really troubled person about other things, there's a lot of stuff going on in their life, then I'm probably not going to take it all that seriously. But if I get feedback from people who are reflecting things that other people have said to me, and they're people who are really pretty good observers of what's going on, they tend to make good decisions in their own lives, so they seem to be reasonably well grounded in reality, and they're giving me this feedback, then I think I ought to take that in. I ought to pay attention to that. So in order to get that feedback, I've got to show up in my relationships with others in a way that invites it. I can even, specifically say, how was it, what is that like for you? What did you think of this? We can seek it out. But at the very least, we want to, when people give us feedback, because usually when people give us feedback, it's not direct. It's like, that's feedback. That you just scoffed at me. Is there something that I'm doing that you find troubling? You can find out. People are typically not aware that they're giving us feedback. So then they kind of have to stop and think about, okay, what am I saying here? And they may not end up telling us exactly what it is that's going on because they're kind of uncomfortable about giving feedback. We're not used to doing that. But the very fact that we're inviting it shifts our relationship with them. There's a class that we've got about building healthy relationships where we talk about the structure of relationships. And so what are the qualities that I'm looking to create in my relationships with others? One of the qualities that I want to have is that we're honest with each other, that we give each other good feedback, that we talk about the things that are hard to talk about. And I can do that by cultivating critical feedback from others. All right? So basically what I want to do is that I want to be able to seek out how it is that other people experience me, especially when they're experiencing me in a problematic way. There's something troubling about what it is that I'm doing. I need that information so that I know how I'm showing up, so that I can be making the choices that create the relationships that I need. So, this week, your assignment for discipline number 3 is to notice when people are giving you critical feedback, to notice who has feedback that you might want to hear more fully and actually seek it from them. And in the process, notice the part of you that doesn't want to know. Notice the part of you that's shutting that down, that says, oh, I can't handle it. It's going to be too disruptive for me if I hear this stuff. What part of you thinks you're too weak to handle it? Be aware of your own interior process as you're seeking the feedback from others. All right? Take care.